Hello everybody, I am DansGaming, and today we're going to be playing Returnal, thanks to Sony for giving us a code. Spoiler, we are going to be seeing the game, so if you don't want to see the game, then maybe don't watch the game because you're about to see the game, so spoiler alert. So we're going to be playing Returnal on the PS5, a game that's launching tomorrow. We get to play a little bit early, so keep that in mind if you're not wanting spoilers, to keep that in mind. We're going to jump into the game and see how it is. It's a roguelike game with a strong story. And it looks like it should be fun. It's going to be very hard, though. Lots of death, lots of dying. And yeah, it's only on PS5, PS5 exclusive game. So if you have a PS5, you're lucky enough to. Ooh, looks like it just goes right into the game, doesn't it? I thought it said approaching Biden. I was like, what? My brain. Uh-oh. This is why you buy American. No kidding.
Astra, this is Celine.
Please let her last name be
crashed
Dion.
on Atropos. I survived, but Helios did not. Suit status operational, but my sidearm is missing. I'm leaving comms open.
Ooh. Use L to... Hold on, you move my PlayStation out of the way. She's a tall beauty, but she covers the screen. Ooh, nice UI. Looks like health bar on the left. Something in the middle there. I don't know what that number is. Stuff on the right. And like a 3D map. Look around. Press to sprint. Ooh, this is cool looking. Like, they just throw us right in there. We don't know who we are, what we're doing. Well, we know we're Celine, but we don't know what the hell's happening. We'll have to figure it out as we go. Such a interesting looking alien world. Yeah, they have like a jump jet. Does this do anything?
Abandoning Helios. Heading towards White Shadow Broadcast.
Okay. Am I limited in what you can play? Nope. That's X to jump. We can play the whole thing if we want. But it's very hard, so we're not going to beat it in one sitting. This game is harder than finding a PlayStation 5, so I hear.
This forest contains extensive ruins of a xenotype civilization. Ancient walls, foundations, and statues.
The controller is vibrating. I feel a with the haptic feedback. You hear it? Because like a So I saw there's like combat and stuff, but I guess we'll unlock that in a bit. Those are cool looking statues. This environment reminds me of like Aliens. Something yellow. Power Xenotech devices. Pick up. You data. Abolite, a previously unknown radioactive mineral with a crystalline structure and golden glow. After separating the material from any it can be gathered by the suit's resource tank. The radiation signatures of the local structures indicate this has been the primary energy source for the sentient civilization. It's highly likely that the collected minerals can be used to power dormant xenotype machinery. Additional data needed for further analysis. Oh, it has like research progress, so the more pick it up, like the more information we learn. Thank you guys for those subs. Super nice of you. Yeah, I'm getting that Aliens vibe too, Iron Rhino. What is this?
Scout log. Atropos. I have found a deceased Astra Scout here. Checking identification on a helmet. It's
Me. Got a gun now.
sidearm. Continuing towards the signal's origin.
Hold to focus and fire. Press R to free fire. Oh god, I have to aim well. See something green, it's probably health. Press U computer. Map. Oh, that's super cool. I love that map style. That looks very nice. Status. Radiation, oxygen, atmosphere, pressure. Obliques, keys, ether, integrity. Weapon damage, protection, rate, fire, suit augments. Oh, there's so much stuff. Thank you, Cora. Time for that resub, says Dan Sexy. Appreciate that. Thank you for the new sub, Zeus Wizard. What's going to be your first ever sub emote? Your first one. Undiscovered items, preliminary analysis, state's approach, potentially beneficial. Hold the scan. Repairs
Discovered
moderate
a
damage.
potential resource. Positive analysis for suit repairs. Classifying as silphium.
Silphium? Why not reparium? Wouldn't that make more sense? Reparium. Nothing. So it looks like things you can pick up glow, very obviously. What? Xenogate locked with a mechanism requires a key. Whoa. Those plants are cool. Whoa. Creepy, but cool. Uh-oh.
Encountered scavenger fauna. Hostile fauna dispatched.
Dun, dun. Okay. The dogs here are very, very wild. Scout log.
Recorded log found.
Play.
Scout log. Atropos. Elapsed time 30 minutes since last crash. Whole areas of this forest are rearranging themselves like a fluid puzzle after each of my... Whenever I return, per Astra protocol, I will not be recovered until I reach the broadcast signal. If you're hearing this, you are stuck here too.
Oh no.
Adding to databank. Playing back now.
So that was...
Scout log.
So that's her own voice.
Atropos. Elapsed time 30 minutes since last crash. Whole areas of this forest are rearranging themselves like a fluid puzzle after each of my... Whenever I return, per Astra protocol, I will not be recovered until I reach the broadcast signal. If you're hearing this,
So
you are stuck here too.
she's hearing her own voice.
I don't remember recording that.
So, yeah. That is a key. A key. Xenotype technology consisting of triangular metallic wedge with a hologram sphere. Code with data similar to access code. Energy signature indicates the use to open locked gates and containers. Despite the sturdiness of the materials, the objects programmed to parsing error itself upon some unknown reason. Additional data needed for further analysis. So she's finding her own corpses and her recordings of her previous deaths. So we're like in a time loop. But we're actually not a time loop because it's not rewinding time. It's like resetting her back, but still her body is and stuff is there, which is weird. So like her changes. So she's able to change stuff, and like each time she goes back, it's new again. But it's so weird thinking about that. Very, very like sci-fi stuff. Press to dash for long dash. Use dash midair to perform long jumps. Dashing and roll, but hazard in most enemy attacks. Video tutorial. Oh, menu for video tutorial. Okay, so we just jump. Undiscovered item. Fill one slot towards max integrity upgrade. Ooh, as in like health.
Security system encountered.
But I want that loot. There. Can I go around? No. We went to a Cine Bistro. Have you guys ever been to a Cine Bistro last night? Very expensive food and drinks, but very nice place to watch a movie. I think I just wanted to make real sure you saw that message. Make damn sure you saw it. Always look down, though. Sometimes they hide stuff down. Because we smart around here. Oh, aiming on a console, though. Always fun. One thing I don't like about playing Uncharted and stuff is having to aim on a console. Not my favorite. Adrenaline enhanced to enhanced vision. I don't know what this adrenaline thing is. What's that purple thing? I guess it's killing without getting hit, maybe? We have something called enhanced vision. That looks corrupted. Malignant key. Opens secured gates and containers, but is infected with malignancy. Malignant has a chance of causing malfunction, function, negative effects, or it can even inhibit certain actions. Okay, we have a low chance of it happening, so... No! Malfunction, negative effects gained from malignant items. It said low chance. I guess I meant 100% chance. Aww. Fabricator cost increased by 25%. Boo. Boo. I guess it's a tutorial to teach you that sometimes it's every time. Let's take a little look-see around, see what we can find. You're getting Stardew Valley vibes from this. Okay. Sure. There are things growing, I guess. Ooh. So, you're invulnerable when you go through there. Ooh. That's what it said. So, I would have thought that those lasers would hurt you even if you did dash through them, but no. Yeah, we're getting to play a little bit early, but it'll come out at midnight for everyone else. There's a good chance for you guys to see if you like the game or not. If it's for you. Not everyone likes roguelikes. How do you get to that one over there? Wait, I see it. Aha. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you have a PS5, I know it's hard to. What is that? It's like a giant egg.
discovered piled corpses of a xenotype species. Likely the architects of these ruins. These could be the sentients that broadcast the white shadow signal.
White shadow signal. I feel like I'm missing so much of the story, but I think that's what they want you to do. I bet you after this tutorial mission, they're gonna like rewind and we'll get to learn what the story was. Games and movies love to do, they love that trope where you throw people in like some action crazy scene at the beginning and then you're like, ooh, 3 weeks ago. Woo. Then you go back and tell the story again. They overdo that so much in so many games and movies. Oh, audio log.
It is impossible to escape. I have tried everything. I'm always brought back by... There is a moment between death and rebirth when tentacles drag me down, screaming, drowning, returning.
Returnal. He's pointing at something. Returnaling, I think that's the adverb of returnal. Oh, look, they're Dan-Hing. Yay! Wait a minute. You can destroy the statues? Whoa. I'm destroying priceless artifacts. As you do. As you do.
Encountered hostile player.
Oh no. No, there's a slight. No. Scripted death. You could probably beat it, but it's just hard. Returnal. TM.
Helios! Astra, this is Celine. I survived the... Can you hear me? I'm in my ship. Suit status operational and... I've already experienced this before.
Deja vu, lady. Helios has 2 terminals to use: the main terminal and the challenge terminal. The main terminal can be used to view your overall statistics and the ship log information. The challenge terminal will be used against the daily challenge to compete against other scouts once it's unlocked. So that goes outside. Hostiles eliminated. Malfunctions. Oblates obtained. Suit usage 51 minutes. Unidentified item in cargo bay. Removal recommended. Let's see. Desk, area explored, undefined item, cargo removal recommended, database matrix, ship log. What? Broadcast, DS Origo, warning communication block intrusion detected. Celine Velasquez, you're here to return abort current Fisher at Tropes and its scout ship doesn't Halo's not been further planetary set required prior to exploration. Your immediate, including acknowledgement and immediate permanent, whereas neglecting despite previous will for blatant is not. Force start override log open. Emily Sanzer has just started a conversation. Celine Vassos has joined. Selenia Scott has joined. Something major happened. Is this another drill? I'm still in maintenance. Do you see the white shadow? What is this from? Has to be a glitch. The void we're crossing has 0 galaxies. Remember when we were diverted? I think this was the reason, which definitely explains why Upper Echelon was so evasive. This is a clear message, maybe a distress signal. We have to go. A trap post has been marked approach forbidden. We wait for clearance. I know this. I've heard this before. It's hard to explain. You know this message. What do you mean? Celine? Protocol and Regulations Scout Division. Did protocol. Conduct missions within safe practice guidelines to ensure maximum chance of survivability. Uninterrupted communication. Maintain constant contact with the team or handler immediately prior to mission until its completion. Freedom of choice. Achieve objects through the best means possible. Learning mission plans is necessary due to conditions in the field. Scout regulations. Threat assessment. Identify, avoid danger, subdue if necessary. Environmental analysis. Identify safe areas and resources utilizing as needed. Information retrieval. Survive any cost during successful data transmission. Times of crisis. Evac protocol supersedes all the protocol and regulations currently in effect regardless of mission status or receiver directives. Celine Vasso personnel file. Celine Vassos, Department, Astra Survey, Reconnaissance Scout, First Encounter, Data Analysis, Field Repair, Weapons Testing, Psychological Profile Flagged, Heterochromia, Trauma Induced. What's heterochromia mean? I need to Google that. Hold on. Heterochromia. Oh, multicolored eyes. Oh, that's a very fancy way to put that. Current mission list. Jaeger bombs. Fossilized gas giant. Mons, Timor Peak, Ascent, Aurora, blasted plains. Crater site. Floatage flights. So I can sleep in my bed. This first person view is strange. Let's get a nap. Legenda and Greta Thunberg. Oh. What the hell? What was that, like a 2-second nap? She naps so fast. It's a power napper. Nothing else is interactable, right? Before we leave. Yeah, this game has very, very good atmosphere. Oh, if you guys haven't been here in a few days, you have a few new emotes. We have Dan Blush, Dan Nice, Dan Sad, Dan Scream, Dan No, and Dan Wow. I'll put them in the chat. And also Dan Sexy. Links are in chat there. I mean, the emotes are in chat. Alright, let's go do another mission. Are ships supposed to have giant holes in the sides of them? Yeah, I don't think that's good for... I don't think that would be very good for long term. Each time you die, turn the crash site without weapons, artifacts, resources. Databank entries, permanent equipment survive, and permanent equipment survive to cycle uses permanent equipment to explore new areas and utilize shortcuts. Uh-oh.
The environment wasn't like this before.
Start. Hope we get something better than this pistol set. Oh. Adrenaline levels. Where is that one? Equipment map status. Oh, option. Oh, navigate. Nope. Option buttons on controller. Oh, there it is. Adrenaline. Adrenaline levels raised for every 3 hostile limit up to maximum adrenaline of 5. Upon taking damage, adrenaline levels reset. Each level provides unique effect which stacks with each other. So you get rewarded for not getting hit and killing enemies. So I will never have that then. Cool. Uh-oh. Well, this requires... No, it doesn't. Oh, what is this? Some sort of... A Xeno device for accurate reconstruction of complex entities per environment. Need ether for it. Okay then. I don't know what that means, but it does something. Those look special. I bet you that looks like a grappling hook spot or something. I see a blue thingy. Open secured gates in containers, but inflicted with malignancy. I'll take it. No, please don't give it to me. Hostiles counter on hit. Oh. No, that sounds really bad. That sounds bad, actually. That was hard. Fills 2 slots towards max integrity upgrade. I wonder if you keep those through missions or not. Take a look at the map. There's definitely stuff above us, but we need some sort of grappling hook to get there. That is... grants alt fire to weapon modes.
Augments my weapon with an alternative firing mechanism.
Press while holding...
Highly effective. This will be useful.
Oh, that's super cool. So... the button, it locks halfway when you press it, but if you keep going and press again, it does the alt fire. So it uses the haptic feedback stuff, where it can like lock your controller halfway, so there's like a a divot. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so it locks the controller. It makes the controller so it stops at a certain point, but you can keep going. No, thank you, ma'am. So every time you fire, they shoot stuff back now. So every time I fire something, the red thing comes at me. Oh, that's awful. Ugh. That. Oh, 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 oh. Nope. Yeah, those little red orbs are super annoying. Xenotech required. What? No. Whoa, if you shoot close, like, those things come at you real quick. That's scary. Anything in here? Nothing. Looks all yeller. Is there a mouth at the end of those tentacles? Oh god, yes. Now, one thing that's kind of annoying is if you press down too hard too quickly, you go straight into alt fire and it doesn't quite work. Because I like to jam the button sometimes. Red globes heal you? No. It's not even kind of true. I don't think you can harm these things. Get rid of them. But I wonder, hold on, if I can use these. Not quite. Not quite. It's worth a try, though. So they hide collectibles everywhere in these environments. This is super cool. Alright, let's go this way. There's some question mark on the left here. Let's see what that is, chat. What is this? Xenotech required. Ooh, chest? No, a weapon. Ooh.
Acquired a xenotype weapon, similar to our carbine technology.
Oh, hell yeah. Lock new weapon traits with stats proficiency. Begin proficiency with limiting hostiles. Each weapon has 3 properties: alt, fire, stats, and traits. Alt fire is an alternate fire mechanism. Stats affect the weapon's power and other attributes that are unique to each weapon, while traits can modify or add new behaviors to it. Many traits start as locked, being locked with continuous use of the weapon. Efficiency affects how high the stats will be on the weapon you find. So that's like a assault rifle. So it goes. With an alternate fire, boom. Broken tripod. Oh my god, all the red orbs? Oh no, I didn't even think about that. Oh, don't tell me that. Yeah, we do need a new Dead
A
Space.
massive wall beyond which is the white shadow signal. I can't cross the chasm. For now, I'll change objectives and investigate the energy reading in the forest.
And listen to my dead self.
Log, Atropos. Who triggered the broadcast? Do you see the white shadow is something only I should know? And now, out of literally nowhere, I'm hearing it again. Were the sentients involved? But how would they have known? I need to believe there are answers at the signal.
Okay, I figured it out. The controller vibrates to simulate the rain hitting your helmet. Isn't that kind of cool? I feel so immersed. Why haven't they started selling helmets you can wear during video games that simulate things like rain and stuff? Uh-oh. So many red dots. Oh, see, whoa, what is this? Now, let me see. Is there any way... the turn off... Risky interaction, start a line, sprint... Colorblind, UI, tone, collectible colors. Nope. Okay, that's one bad thing about this is that it does mean that I will be getting lots of red dots thrown back at me.
Xenotype device acquired. I think this will prove a useful tool.
Uh-oh. Repairs, moderate. Pick up. Okay, that healed me back to full. Red dots are a negative thing I have in my inventory. As you pick items up, they tell you that you can pick this up, but you have a high chance of getting a debuff. And the current debuff I got for picking up one of those items was every time I hit an enemy, it throws a red dot back to me. Although I think it just went away. Yeah, the heal did that. Stream's looking crisp? Thank you! You're looking crisp. Look at all you guys in chat. You're all pretty. One slot toward max integrity. Oh, it increased. I now have... Look at all those blushes in chat. Now, what is this? I must need some sort of upgrade for this. Because I don't know what it is currently. Now I'm gonna try making the alt fire not get stuck, maybe. Nope, that didn't help. Pistol off. Can I swap weapons? Oops, I didn't mean it. Nope, I wasted. Oh, no, darn. Oops. So I'm stuck with a weapon, whatever weapon I have. Okay. One weapon. Got it. The sound effects in this are very satisfying indeed. Make sure I didn't miss anything before we go. We have 2 doors to go through. We have the door down there. Triangle door and the square door. Let's try square door first. Oh, and there we have a hoe door.
I have interacted with other versions of myself. But I worry one day I will re-experience these same interactions from their perspectives. But are they truly me? Or just hollowed corpses? This may be the face of things to come.
What is... It's so shiny. Do you know tech device requires something to activate it? Aw, what a tease. That's a tease. It looks all shiny and like, ooh, look at this mystical item. Oh, sorry, you can't use this yet. One kind of annoying thing is that if I accidentally go into alt fire mode by clicking down too hard, it won't let me fire at all. So in the middle of combat, sometimes I click too hard and I'm trying to fire, but it won't let me. So I have to make sure I'm lightly pressing or it blocks it out. Permanent weapon trait, armor piercing. What? Oh, God. Like right there, I was trying to... What are those? Yeah, I don't know how to... Hopefully there's an option to change that, because that's making me like not able to fire sometimes. Alright, let's see. Settings. Controller. Adaptive. Classic. Oh, there we go. Thank God. There's a classic setting. So now I can just... So classic setting makes it so that I can fire all the time, and if I want alt fire, just press this L1. And I can also aim it. I like that way better than the that other version. Either as a resource is kept on death, getting ether to interact with deceased out to complete daily objectives in the ship. You can also use your ether to cleanse malignant objects to use your special devices. So the way it was before is the way default control when you're playing for the first time is you hold down kind of down the way, then you can fire. But if you click a little further, you can alt fire. But while you're alt firing, you can't regular fire. So it's kind of awkward. If you could still fire while holding down the alt fire, it would be fine. It just the problem I'm having is I keep accidentally I keep trying to like shoot and I can't shoot because I'm in alt fire mode. But I'm glad they have the old one. Well, Nope, no thank you. But so they have both, so you can do whichever you prefer. Repairs moderate damage to integrity. Being nice. Dan is the first actual gamer I've seen on Twitch. I like it here. Well, I'm glad you like it here. Pretty sure there's other gamers on Twitch, but thank you. I'll take the compliment. What's that? Grants a small amount of weapon proficiency. Oh, that's what that white meter is right there, is weapon proficiency. I was wondering what that was on the bottom left there. So as the weapon proficiency goes up, my damage should go up as well for that weapon. Okay, I see a chest, and usually there is, yep, there's switches to open those. Valuable items. So, tracker swarm, sidearm, or I really like the carbine, so I'm gonna hold on to that for now. Yeah, I love the concept of the adaptive trigger, but I've just found myself constantly not firing because I click too hard. So that was the kind of a... That's what kind of killed it for me. But I love the concept of having like a click in between. But when I'm in the middle of combat, I'm like, ah, die, die. So I keep slamming it real hard. And that's making me not attack. Yeah, you'd have to just play a long time to get used to it. It's so different from what you're used to. And this, unfortunately, isn't like a chill game. I can just relax. This game is brutal. Oh. Oh. This is fine. Oh, look at all the loot. Oh my god, we're rich. I'm rich. Still don't know what those are for yet, but I'm rich now at least. So the classic controls makes it so that this is just aim, and then L1 is your alt fire button. So you can choose whatever you prefer.
Discovered xenotype technology on the corpse of a sentient. Scan is indicating potential for suit augmentation.
Ooh, it must be the teleporter thing.
Appears safe to repurpose.
Why is it safe to repurpose exactly?
System integration complete. Performing a function test to confirm.
Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Let's see. I know, it seems so safe. Like this technology I found on a corpse must be safe to put on my body, right? So let me just slam this thing into me. Whoa, whoa, I saw something. Hold on.
Confirmed.
Oh, yeah.
Point
Secret.
to point teleportation. Location exit seems fixed.
Let's do it, though. Undiscovered item. Alt fire cooldown increased by 10 seconds. That's fine. What is this thing, though? Hostiles have a chance to drop resin on death. Duration 30 seconds. Well, that's cool. I like the risk versus reward stuff of like, yeah, you can have this lovely item, but is it worth it? No way over that to that place. Or is there? Can't. Nope. That they force you to slide off. Darn. Is this game pretty good so far? Yeah, I'm really liking it. It's super cool. It's gonna be a fun roguelike. What is that? Oh, it's the weapon I found earlier. We don't need that. Okay, we need to go back into that triangle door back there. Let's see what that does. Before I go too much further. Then after the triangle door, we'll check out this portal, because that portal is locked to whatever we just found. Long distance traveling. Looks like fast travel. Alright, what is in here? Oh. 3 chests with malignancies in it. Moderate. Very high. And moderate. Alright, I'm just gonna open them all though. So it looks like if you do the things on the top left there, you get rid of your malignancies. Proficiency level increased. Proficiency, each hostile items that increase your proficiency level, check your proficiency rate. Your proficiency level determines the minimum level of weapon you can find in the world. Oh, cool. Some sort of pickup. Repairs a small amount of integrity. Ooh. Oh, you can only have one of these things at a time. I need resin to get rid of that one thing. Alright, let's see what this is. Critical malfunction, resin destroyed. What? Successfully overloads, reduce alt fire clone by 3 seconds. Oh! Removed! Haha! Easy. Yeah, it destroyed all my resin. Just boom, gone. Wait a minute, though. Did I even have any resin? I don't think I had resin. Because I just got the item to get that. So it destroyed something I didn't have. Haha! Game. Get wrecked. Oh, I had 70 resin. Okay. It's not a big deal. I have an item to get more. Let's go through the portal. I never understood roguelike. Roguelike just simply means a game where you go through what are called runs, and each run you get as far as you can, collecting a bunch of upgrades and stuff, and then you eventually die and reset. And then usually you have some sort of progression between runs that like make each run a bit easier or change each run. That's basically what a roguelike is. It's a game where you're meant to die a lot and keep going through and having things change. Grants a large amount of weapon proficiency. Nice. Permanent increases permanent resource that interacts with other timelines and cleanses malignancy. I will take that. Well, there's a doorway down there. Uh-oh. I want to see what's in that doorway. Son of a bitch.